off of this, I'm going to have perfect macro
Yeah.
micro. A lot of players, like such as myself, I need a lot of preparation with my build. I need to make sure, up to the 40 supply, I know every single variation, up to 21 minutes, actually.
21-minute timing attack.
That was my 21-minute time attack Mood War days.
I remember that.
It was pretty awesome. But, I like that type of structure.
Right.
White Raw actually lived with me for about a couple weeks, a week and a half, actually. And he just goes, man. He's just like, oh, must get good micro here. I'm like, I can't do a Russian accent or Ukrainian accent. But he's like, I must get good micro here. Good macro here. I'm like, okay. Well, that's not really like.
Shouldn't that be always? Like, shouldn't you always be aiming for that good micro macro?
But you know what? White Raw, I think he's going to be such a tough opponent to go up against. But don't count out Phoenix yet. He just joined a Korean team, and he has to be training like crazy.
He did. First off, I would like to say on White Raw that he not only is like the nicest guy in person, but he's a player that literally can wing it every game.
Yeah.
He can not only come up with his own builds and creativity, but then he can do something that's like, oh, I saw somebody do this once in a replay, and do it to the T.
Yeah.
You're like, spot on. Everything is just right on when he does it. And then you have Phoenix, who has been on like probably the sickest heater of his career. Like he played in the GSTL, and he was just dominating when he played. Like absolutely dominating.
He was slashing nerds left and right. The guy is playing so good.
Of course, cutthroat.
Known for his very high aggression. I think that's what we can really speak for when we talk about Phoenix. He used to be hyper aggressive, actually. Like in the beta and everything, he started out he would just harass for the sake of harassing. Now, I like him. He's cooled down a little bit, been very deliberate, says, okay, I need an extra minute right here. Let me go ahead, use my medevac play, drop him, and then I'll take my expansion. No, he cannot attack me at that time, and I'm absolutely safe. The guy's playing so smart, so deliberate. I can't wait to see. He has a huge, tough road ahead of him, but I think he can pull out a win if he so chooses to practice that way.
Absolutely. He's improved so much. And every time you see, like, he's not only worked on his mechanics, but he's also worked on his individual play styles. So yeah, he's going to be a ridiculous opponent for White Raw. It's going to be an amazing series.
I think so. So match number 2, we're going to have Hero versus Cruncher, a Protoss versus Protoss. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. Hero, of course, the former OGS player, now Team Liquidian, and he is he's looking monstrous.
Yeah.
He's looking monstrous.
Every time like he's streaming or something, I turn it on, nerds are just leaving the game. So it's like, wow, does this guy ever lose? It's like, so he's a huge pickup not only for Team Liquid, but even just to be in the foreign community playing against the foreigners. Like it's an amazing opportunity for Cruncher to go up against him. Cruncher is going to have a chance to prove himself in this PvP.
Now let's talk about Cruncher for a little bit. This guy, he was known for, I think, really got his name out there for TSL.
Really? I thought he was making a smiley face when he beat Hydra.
Well, that was in the TSL, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Idra gave him a good name.
There you go. Idra created Cruncher.
Exactly. Idra created Cruncher by giving him so much attention.
There you go.
But still, Cruncher, I mean, he's no slouch. The guy beat Idra in TSL. He was looking monstrous, then went on, had a huge explosion, and just started beating and winning all of his matches. And then kind of just trickled out a little bit. We haven't heard much of him. He's been a top competitor, but we haven't heard too much of him. And I really, really hope that we're going to be seeing just a new revitalized Cruncher coming into this.
It's true. I mean, you don't hear much about Cruncher, but he goes to like MLGs, and he has to play in the open bracket, and he gets far.
Yeah.
Like he gets really far in the open bracket, and he gets like one win away from qualifying for a group or something. So it's not like he's being on slumping or something. He's just right there at the edge, and this could be his chance to like break through.
Yeah. I do hope so. I mean, Cruncher is a fantastic player. His decision-making really comes to mind. He's not like too much of an aggressive player, but we'll see how he does. I think he does need to incorporate a little bit of that because what people are starting to do to beat his style is just being extremely abusive, knowing that he will go very turtly. They'll just take a million expansions, and he won't be able to keep up. I want to see Cruncher being a little bit more aggressive. He has his hands full, I think, against Hero.
Absolutely. Some of the stuff that comes to mind when I think of Cruncher is like you know, I don't think of mechanics. I don't think it's like a mechanical mastermind or anything like that. But I think of him as a smart player.
Yeah.
He knows how to abuse stuff in the game, and that's what Protoss is really all about: is learning how to, you know, get the most out of your army, get the most out of your units, you know, make those timing attacks count. And so, you know, it's going to be, I think it's going to be an amazing PvP series.
I do too. But let's go ahead and let's talk about the match that's going to kick things off. We have Vibe versus Chef, a Zerg versus Zerg. And I know that is, you know, one of your expertise. You are, well, you're a monster in ZVZ, especially when it comes to machine. I had to throw it in there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It went way too long without talking about Machine. How strong of a player he is, but you're much better than him.
Much
sometimes.
Better. All the time. All the time.
Of course, we're just kidding. Machine is a fantastic player. But this is going to be a ZVZ Vibe versus Chef. Now, Chef, the guy is a monster.
Yes.
He is from Team Liquid. Probably... No. Just okay. I was gonna say their best Zerg player, but Red is up there as well.
Let's just put it this way: he is alongside some of the most amazing Zerg players.
I think he's
Sheth and Rhett. Heypro is also a really good Zerg as well.
Oh yeah, Heypro's in there as well.
When I think of Sheth, like I remember watching the whole BlizzCon Invitational, watching Sheth play, and he played so well. Like he is doing so amazing in everything he plays in now, and it really just comes from a lot of hard work and dedication that he's put into this game. And Sheth is just so good. Like, he is so good at, you know, if he sees his opponent make a mistake, he knows how to counter that just like that. Yeah. He's so on top of on the game. Like, he's just so good.
Yeah, I really, really, I wouldn't say I'm rooting for him necessarily, because I'm rooting for everybody. I love all these players. They're all near and dear to my heart.
I'm rooting for you, Sheth.
But... we got Vibe over on the other side, who is also near and dear to my heart. And that guy, if I want to talk about him really, really quickly, it's going to be his APM. This guy is reaching speeds of 400 APM. 400.
I can't hit that spamming. So
I can't hit that spamming. Okay, and just to let you know what APM is actions per minute. So if I, you know, one click of the keyboard, one click of the mouse, it's going to be considered one action. He's doing 400 of these per minute. Now, these minutes are actually measured in Starcraft minutes, which are less than a minute, which it's kind of weird. It's like 45 seconds, or excuse me. No, like a minute in Starcraft time is maybe like a minute and 10 seconds or a minute 15 seconds in Starcraft. No, in real world. In real world.
Right.
So we're looking at a player that's going probably around 450 to 500 actual APM.
That's faster than most Koreans.
Oh my, yeah, it is.
And they're known for APM.
They are known for APM, but that just speaks volumes, because now he has, with that, it's like, what is he doing? He has the potential to micro, macro like a fiend.
Yeah.
He can everything squared away. If you've ever seen him do larva injects, it's the scariest thing in the world. You don't know what just happened.
He has the fastest injects
I've
ever
seen. You literally don't know what just happened. It's just like, I just saw screens. I'm about to have a seizure.
Yeah.
It went so fast.
I remember being behind him at MLG, and I was watching his screen, and this was before I switched to Zerg, and I was like, this guy hasn't even injected in so long. And then I was like, I missed the whole inject period. I missed it, because it's like you blink and it's gone. That was it. He just injected all 4 hatcheries or 5 hatcheries, you know? Yeah. So, you know, I actually played Vibe pretty recently, probably about maybe a month ago. I played him in the WCG finals for the North American qualifier. And he did defeat me 3-1. But I'm blaming all kinds of excuses on that. I haven't thought of any, but I'm throwing some up later.
I'll
get them. Yeah.
It's okay. You'll get there.
But he's just a really good ZVZ player. Yeah. Like, he's smart. He has no fear to do a 10 pull, and, you know, just like, okay, he's expanded twice. I'm going to counter that. Like, he's a smart player too, that goes along with his amazing mechanics that he does have.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I mean, I think both these players have their hands full going up against each other.
Absolutely.
I can't wait, and we're actually going to kick it off after a little bit. After, of course, this pre-show ends. I want to give a quick shout-out and a thank you to our sponsors. We are now sponsored by Azo. You can see the Azo monitors right here. Azo, they make fantastic monitors, so we can see all of the StarCraft glory on our Ultra settings, which is awesome. We have StarCraft on Ultra settings with great FPS, brought to you by iBuyPower. our other sponsor, iBuyPower Computers. They make all of them. We're capturing on iBuyPower Computers. We're streaming. We're doing all of this. We're running StarCraft on Ultra while capturing. It's just a great time. You don't feel any lag, do you?
Never.
It's awesome. That's why definitely check them out. iBuyPower and Azo, they are our huge sponsors. And, you know, it's great that they started and actually showed interest in esports.
Absolutely.
It's great that they're actually saying, hey, this is an industry we want to get behind. I think it's only fair for us if we go ahead and support them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, anyone who supports esports,
yeah,
says I'm going to support.
Right
so
there.
That's it.
I give hearts to them. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to match number 1. It's going to be between Chef from Team Liquid and Six Jacks of Vibe. Stay tuned. More action coming your way.
Welcome to the North American Star League. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here.
I never knew that when StarCraft 2 would come out that we would have anywhere near this big of a scene internationally.
$50,000 will be awarded to someone that is such a staggering number.
This is not just a game, it's an all-out award. 40 of the world's top players all competing for the title of NASL champion. Welcome